Okay, Joe. Seriously, tell me you aren't going to try and gather up +4 cards again. Just be honest here.
I'll do what I can to win, that's all I'll say.
Oh my God, seriously?
Well, with the entire match reset, and hopefully the game didn't give him a wild card start, then we stand on an equal playing field to beat him before he can manage to secure a victory in the same manner. Trust me, we can't stop him. This deck just doesn't allow it.
We might not be able to stop him, but we can at least slow him down, as you said earlier.
Yes, of course. Steal his money, throw +2s and 4s, anything you can think of that will prevent him from succeeding.
Well, I don't think stealing his cash will work, because it certainly didn't work when I took 2,000 of his cash last game. Like you said, George, in this deck, you have so many benefits, all of which cost cash to use, but you can get cash quite easily. I think the most effective methods are stealing his hand or giving him cards.
You guys really out here planning on how to stop me? Seriously? That's fucking comedy.
The only joke here is you, Joe.
Real funny, bud. But I'd like to see you try and stop me. Because unlike my other games, this time it won't be luck that wins me the match. I can win by simply playing a certain way. And it's a 100% guaranteed victory.
Okay, you're fucking on. You want to play this God hand, wild card hand crap? Go for it. Because all of us are going to dump every one of our fucking cards onto your dementia-ridden ass before you can ever have a chance of playing those wild cards.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, 100%.
At least you guys won't whine after I beat your asses again.
Don't go thinking you're the only one who can use cash for benefits, Joe. There are plenty of other ways to win than summoning the Uno equivalent to Exodia from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Damn, it really was like that, wasn't it? Fucking 5+4 card jump-ins might as well be similar, honestly.
Donnie's right, though.
Seriously, 6 cards, oh my God.
There are other uses for the services than making wild cards that are just as absurd.
Do whatever you want. Just like I will do whatever I want.
Yeah. And what you want has always been wild cards. I swear, one of these games, we should just ban the use of winning with wild cards. It's gotten so petty to win like that.
All I hear is whining, Donnie. Whining all day and night like a little bitch.
You complete fucking clown. I just drew that +4. Why would you challenge me, moron?
Well,
I think it's obvious, right? He's looking for wild cards in some vain hope of winning. Typical.
Right, because he can somehow afford to be reckless with cards in this particular deck.
Right, that's it for sure.
God, Joe, you're dumb. Not that I'm complaining, since the more cards you have, the better.
Real nice +4 there, George.
That's payback for that draw 6 service call you fed me earlier.
Haha, I guessed you weren't going to let that go?
No shot I would let that go.
I love how +4s always bring out the worst in us.
In this game, +4s is a Reaper looming overhead. It's a dreaded card of memes that I'm sure all Uno players fear.
Dreaded.
Wow, Joe, that was pretty creepy.
He would say it like that when +4 cards are his favorite thing to use. Ain't that right, Creepy Joe?
Don't go calling me Creepy Joe now.
You're the one lowering your voice and acting all spooky.
If the +4 card is like the Reaper looming over, then the draw 5 card from the flip deck is death burning your soul.
Oh my God, yeah. Don't even get me started on the +5 or draw 5 card. That shit is the stuff of nightmares, I swear. 5 whole-ass cards in this game are an immediate loss, especially when they get stacked, which you, George, and Joe kept doing to me like a bunch of bitches.
You said my hand of draw 4 cards was like that of the Exodia from Yu-Gi-Oh! But what would a hand of draw 5 cards be to you, Donnie?
Oh my God. I literally couldn't even imagine what sort of monster would dare to do if they ever had an entire hand of draw 5 cards in flip. That is literal nightmare fuel. If I had to compare it to something of similar value, at least in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh! Then, the only one better than Exodia would be Zork, right? No, actually, fuck that guy. I'll say Halakte, the creator of light, to be absolutely filthy about how much I hate draw 5 cards.
Bro, really, you went to the top. Halakti, the creator of light, is the strongest thing in that entire verse.
Yeah, and I fucking hate the draw 5 card. I think it fits.
Bro, this is Uno Keck, but whatever, man. Draw 4 stacking is madness, but draw 5 stacking is just fucking insanity.
What about that wild draw color card from Flip? Where does that rank in this madness?
Oh, right, that one. Wild draw color card. When you play that card, the next player must draw until they get a color of your choosing, no matter how many cards they have to draw to do so, and lose their turn.
You see, that card is subjective. Like, I don't hate it, but I also don't like it because it's a bit random. And not even like in a 50-50 sort of way. Also, in theory, that card could transform into the literal meme of drawing 25 cards. Because as you said, it won't stop until you draw the right color.
Yeah, now that I think about it. The wildcard color card could cause someone to draw upward to 15 or more cards in a single turn, so, yeah. Holy shit. It's unironically the official Draw 25 meme card if you're a person with the luck of a donkey.
In theory.
It's not really a theory if it's possible.
Yeah, but like I said, you would need to have an unbelievable amount of bad luck. Let's say, hypothetically, you were someone who drew 20 cards from a wild card color card. Then you might as well give up on winning.
Yeah?
It's true because we have all experienced what the flip deck offers. We can't use sevens or zeros because those rules are disabled, so you would need to throw away over 20 cards just to have any chance of winning. You all saw how well that played out for us in the beginning, right?
Yeah, I hated it.
It was boring.
Yeah.
3 of us at any given time were sitting on more than 10 cards because the flip deck doesn't allow for swaps. So you left with literal shit in your hand for multiple rounds.
The flip deck is one hell of a deck, all things considered. It's good for preventing people from winning based on its unique flip mechanic, but it really drags out the match because of it.
Flip deck has so many fuck you cards
Fuck you, George.
that conclusion is a fair assessment, Donnie.
Ha! Sucks for you, Joe.
You got all manner of ways to get fucked and stay fucked for the rest of the match. If you're unlucky to draw more than 6 cards on a wild card color card and then get multi-stacked by +4s and 5s, you might as well just become a fucking spectator for the rest of the match at that point. Good luck ever winning.
Honestly, at that point, I would just become a fucking card hoarder and become an absolute menace by throwing all the plus cards I can since I'd be loaded with them. Gotta have fun when you're at the bottom, at least.
I'm surprised you wouldn't just start whining like a baby like you always do, Donnie, since that's what you did endlessly when we played that deck.
I wasn't whining, bitch. And you don't have a right to say that to me when you were whining just as much as I was.
So you admit it then?
I admit that you're a clown, Joe.
Well, at least I'm not the whole circus.
So you admit you're a clown.
Not sure where you were going with that, Joe.
It sounded much better in my head, honestly.
Nothing sounds good in your head, Joe, because that's where things go when they want to be forgotten or get turned into alphabet soup.
What the fuck do you mean, alphabet soup?
Simple, Joe. It means your words aren't words, but complete and utter nonsense. It's like speaking to an alien for the first time.
You're always doubling down on your repetitive insults about my speaking habits, like I don't always speak to you guys in these games without stuttering all the time.
Yeah, okay. Sure, you speak normally when we play these games. So why can't you do that when you're speaking to America, huh? Why the fuck can't you speak like a fucking normal, functional human being? Is there just a part of your brain that reserves your ability to speak when you're playing games with us? That certainly should be one of the many wonders of the world currently, because that shit truly is the biggest mystery to me.
I don't know what to tell you, Donnie. Maybe I can't stand speaking into crowds.
If you can't address America in public, then you shouldn't be the president, Joe. That is like, 50% of your job. Also, nice job admitting you are incompetent, fucking moron.
You make it really easy to make fun of you, Joe.
Oh my God!
Especially with all the clips and memes about you.
There are more memes about Joe than any other president in the last 2 decades.
Yeah. Laugh it up all you want. Know this, Donnie. No matter how many times we have to repeat these stupid lines to each other, you still lost to me. So if you want to go parading my issues so much, just know that you lost to me, the person with so many fucking issues.
And that's true, Donnie. No matter how much you mock, insult, or throw his dementia, incoherent speeches, sleeping tendencies, and destructive obsession for ice cream in Joe's face, it's still a fact that you lost to someone with dementia, incoherent speeches, sleeping tendencies, and an obsession with ice cream.
Yeah, just turn on me now. But that doesn't mean I'll admit I lost fairly. The whole thing was rigged. I will never be convinced. I will accept nothing more than the fact that he was cheating.
Everything about that +4 chain was shady. I'm not trusting that.
Damn it, Joe.
You shouldn't have played into that, George, but thanks for stopping Donnie's draw 4.
Also, Donnie, no matter how much you cry about me winning, you still lost Bud, just like you're doing right now.
Oh, is that so? Well, let's place our bets then, Joe. Am I going to lose? Am I really?
Oh, shit.
Ha! That's a jinx. Looks like he's winning this round.
Way to go, Joe. Way to go.
The fuck you blaming me for? He was going to do that regardless of whatever I said.
Oh, sure, but I think what they meant was whether or not the spin would have landed on the right number. If I had landed on 4, I wouldn't have just won, of course. I would be on Uno, though. But still, you guys could have prevented me from winning afterwards. So as Obama stated, it was a jinx. One you created because you were so fucking cocky, Joe.
I wasn't even referring to the game when I said that. I meant in real life, you dumbass.
Well, first off, I'm not losing. And second, I'm not the dumbass. That would be you. And third, who cares? I still won, bitch.
I will say that Joe was constantly unable to do anything with his cash because we kept skipping him or each other. Plus, Donnie stole all his cash last minute near the end there.
I also stole his hand, which, funny enough, had a wild draw 4. Did I perhaps prevent you from something, Joe?
Ha ha ha, real funny.
Sounds like someone is butthurt.
So hey, Donnie, I heard you played Lords of the Fallen. How did that go?
It's not bad. It's a bit rough around the edges, but it's not the worst Souls-like game out there. As fair as I can be here, it's not better than the Dark Souls series. Well, maybe somewhere between Dark Souls 2 and 3.
It can't be worse than Dark Souls 2, surely.
No, oh God, no. It's at least better than Dark Souls 2, but I don't think it's better than Dark Souls 3. I'm not mentioning Elden Ring because nothing has beaten Elden Ring yet. Lords of the Fallen's gameplay was very fun. It has many spells and some cool designs. The enemies are a bit lacking. Half of them are elemental redesigns and slightly faster movement between them, but I'm not hating. I think the biggest and easily the most annoying thing about it is New Game Plus. But I think they fixed that issue recently. They seem to be taking community feedback very seriously.
That's good. There are not that many studios or companies that even care to listen to their community.
Yeah, it's certainly refreshing.
All right, so we never spoke about it last time, but what about Starfield? I heard that game received some mixed reviews.
It's not as bad as people make it out to be. I'll say it like many others have. If you're a fan of how Bethesda makes their games, then Starfield is right up your alley. But if you were expecting some kind of colossally innovative game, then prepare to be disappointed.
Yeah, it is a lot like their previous titles.
And that's not inherently bad. Sure, it's nothing new, but it's not like it's one-to-one the same. It's a Bethesda game. You can see the Bethesda formula instantly in Starfield, but it's not like it's just Fallout with a different coat of paint. It's a bit more than that.
Is it fun at least?
If nothing else, yes, it's fun. If you can get past some of its more common issues and blatant lies about exploration, then yes, it's fun for the most part.
Is it like Valhalla then?
The fuck? Do you mean Assassin's Creed, Valhalla? Those two games are nothing alike, Obama?
I meant like in terms of playing them for fun.
Oh, I see, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, if you played Assassin's Creed, Valhalla as like average RPG fighting game and ignored the fact that it's meant to be a part of the Assassin's Creed universe, then you can have some fun with it. I guess if you did the same for Starfield, sure. Just ignore the fact that it's similar to Bethesda's past titles, and you may find some sort of enjoyment if you aren't already a massive casual fan of their formula, sure.
All right, well, I have a question, Donnie. What did you think of Lies of P and Marvel Spider-Man 2 that came out recently?
Lies of P was a very fun game. I can't say I had anything bad to say about it, except for my hate towards the fucking clown bastard and the fucking motherfucking Joker bitch. God, those two bastards got me on the verge of breaking my controller.
Ha ha, I knew you would have something to say about those two guys. I agree, I couldn't stand them either.
Skill issue.
Oh, don't fucking start, Joe. You're just as much of a clown.
Oh, sure, bud.
Anyway, Marvel's Spider-Man 2. That game is great. I had fun with it. The many different powers and the vast range of Venom abilities were a nice fresh take on the old Web of Shadows formula. I think those who were complaining about the combat can shut the fuck up. As for any issues I had, yeah, the blatant pandering to a certain group I know everyone in the comments would just love to shit down my throat about. But guess what, fuckers? I'm Donald Trump, bitches, of course. I would hate it, you fucks. And don't get too annoyed by my and our constant use of the word fuck, just like that complete fucking retard who complained about our use of the word in our Black Ops Zombies video like a damn baby, thinking we're trying to be funny. When it's pretty clear that we were annoyed with each other, of course, we were swearing.
Oh, shit, Donnie. You went and got specific. Careful. We aren't trying to send messages here. Tristan Rampage wouldn't like that.
Tristan Rampage can fucking suck it up like a bitch. We are the U.S. presidents, and he is just some Canadian loser who is running this channel for us. We can say whatever we want, whenever we want.
Whoa there, Donnie. He's a pretty chill dude. No need to get anal about those in the comments who don't like what we say.
Okay, I get it. I'm not going to take back what I said, but I get it.
All right, well, it's my turn to ask, Donnie, but what did you think about Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon?
What is this? Why are you all asking for my opinion specifically?
Well, because you have no filter when it comes to your opinions of games. So whatever you say will generally be how you feel without any lies in between.
You mean to say that I'm transparent?
Yes, that's what I meant.
And yeah, of course I wouldn't lie. I've never lied in my life.
That's a lie, Donnie. You lie all the time.
Nah, that's just fake news.
Oh my God, whatever. Just tell us what you think of Armored Core 6 already.
I have absolutely nothing bad to say about Armored Core 6. It's on par with Elden Ring, or perhaps even better, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. So I'll say they are equal, even if they are vastly different games. I like the different weapon sets and mech sets. There are some pretty neat enemies to battle, but mostly just the bosses in general were fairly challenging, though some were nerfed later. Also, it doesn't really end when you beat one of the two basic endings. There's one more ending you can get once you play a new game plus that completely changes the missions across the entire playthrough. Plus, there are even more items to collect. And despite how the story is played out in this game, I still felt engaged and connected with the characters. There are a few missions where you can side with characters in those missions despite the goal being to either help them or betray them.
So, I guess you enjoyed the game quite a bit then?
Isn't that obvious? I genuinely can't say anything bad about it. Literally nothing comes to mind unless the difficulty isn't your thing, but I don't cry about shit like that. Difficulty is not inherent to how bad a game is. Unless it's like Dark Souls 2, where they think more equals challenging. I never felt overwhelmed in this game, even when I fought against Balteus or the Sea Spider.
All right, yeah, I guess that's how I felt. Even though I think some things were a bit too much. At least I don't think the nerfs were entirely unjustified.
We got so distracted by this that we allowed Joe to win again.
I think it's the first time we haven't been so focused on who's winning these rounds.
Well, we were discussing shit, but I agree. Let's focus on the game in front of us now.
Just want to say that I didn't win with a wild card this time like you guys assumed I would.
Yeah, you won by getting rid of your hand just like I did when I won, which means one of two things. Either you knew you couldn't gather up enough wild cards for your fancy little god hand tactic and decided the next best thing, or only found out about how much easier it is to win by discarding because I had done it before the last match, because you've realized you can't win through the use of wild cards anymore.
Whoa, careful there, guys. Joe only has 3 cards, one of which is a wild card. The other 2 cards are literally skips, so for the love of God, do not play those cards.
My God, literally just after I just said all that, George.
It's not my problem. It's Joe's fault for playing the fucking 0. I'm simply warning you guys of what he has acquired.
Fucking Christ.
So we're back to telling each other our hands just to one-up somebody else, which in this case happens to be me.
Yeah, you got a problem with that? Because the way I see it, Joe, if we take you lightly, you'll just fucking go wild with wild cards.
I'm stealing that hand, guys.
Yeah, seriously, don't go trying to deceive us, Joe. We're going to watch your ass like a hawk from now on.
I'm not trying to fucking deceive you, bozos.
Sure, bud. You're trying to make it so we don't take you seriously with the shit you're doing so you can sneak a win in. That's not going to happen, bud.
You say that so confidently when just a moment ago I did that without even trying to.
Sure, I admit it. I think we can all admit to that, but it won't happen again. That's what I'm saying. Why don't you clean out the dust from your ears, Joe, so I don't have to constantly repeat what the fuck I'm saying?
You're really suckling on that pure raw copium, eh, Donnie?
I can't wait to shit all over your face when I win again, Joe. I literally can't wait.
Gross.
Who says you'll win again, Donnie?
I do.
Cocky bastard.
Oh, please, coming from the guy who says he will win, so he shall. We are all cocky in this game, Obama. It's just a matter of who is actually right at the end.
So you believe you're going to win in the end?
I never said that. I said I can't wait to win again. Whether or not that means now or later doesn't change what I said.
But you just said that you did right after Obama asked.
You mean when I said I do?
Yeah, what else?
That's nothing in comparison to when Obama literally said that he saw himself winning like he has clairvoyance or some shit.
None of that changes what you said, Donnie. You still believe you're going to win.
Not in the way Obama thought, though. I'm not saying I see the light at the end of the tunnel that ensures my victory like this fucker.
Whoa, Donnie. Are you saying you aren't confident in your ability to win?
Oh, fuck off, you instigating prick. Don't go saying all that shit so that you can feed me this garbage.
Well, you indeed fell into that one, Donnie.
Don't go saying that Obama meticulously thought out all this, including Joe's involvement, just so he can shove his dumb statement about me not being confident enough. He's not fucking Sherlock Holmes. He's some fucking...
I really don't think you should finish that sentence, Donnie.
Some fucking smart black dude who became the first black president and got 2 terms. That's it. He's no better than that. Oh, was I not supposed to say that? If you don't like that, then I'll take it back, Obama. I probably should tell lies, right?
Yeah, really fucking clever, Donnie. Changing what you meant last second. That sounds like you.
I don't know what you mean, Obama. What were you thinking I'd say, huh?
I think we all know what you were going to say, and it wasn't that.
How do you know what I was going to say? Do you truly have telepathy? Because that's amazing, Obama. Truly amazing.
Stop trying to
indeed.
gaslight me. I know what you were going to say.
On the contrary, Obama, having said all that, it doesn't make you that smart. Just smart enough to deceive most of the world of your promises and allow you another term. I applaud you for that, at least.
Oh, yeah, sure, Donnie. I succeeded in getting 2 terms, whereas you didn't. Does that mean I'm better than you at getting what I want for the benefit of America? Or isn't it because people saw through your bullshit when you couldn't even complete a fucking wall?
I practically stopped a war with North Korea, and you have the audacity to say my only accomplishment was a half-finished wall? Bitch, the wall is completed. It may not span the fucking world like the Wall of China, but at least it fucking functions.
Oh boy.
This is spicy.
It begins.
Everything you are, Donnie, is built on lies, even down to your promises, your businesses, and your behavior. and you're paying for it.
I wonder what those children you bombed thought when you declared them terrorists before they even could process their first words. I may not be the most successful president, but I sure as hell don't have the blood of thousands of children on my hands.
All right, that's enough, guys. Holy fuck, this has exploded way out of proportion from a simple who wins or doesn't win segment.
No, this won't do.
Yeah, with all due respect, George, shut the fuck up.
Well, okay.
Blast and flame me all you want, you fat pork chop. Once I took office, I fixed all problems that George couldn't fucking handle, apparently.
Whoa there, buddy. Don't go involving
I know
me.
exactly
It was
what you're
under
gonna
me
say.
that America found Osama bin Laden and executed that fucker, and finally saw a conclusion to one of the world's greatest tragedies in our history.
I think I'll steal your cash
Real
this time,
fucking
bud.
nice, Obama.
Oh, wow, so great.
Yeah, that right there is what I expected from you, Obama, shoving your greatest accomplishment in my face, as if that excuses all your fucking retarded-ass decisions.
Guys, please. Can you knock it off with this crap already?
Dude, Joe.
Fuck off!
Whoa there, buddy. Did you remember to take your daily Snickers or something?
Okay, I think we should tone it down. I would love to chew you out, but funny enough, Joe over here is actually being the mature one for once.
The fuck you talking about? I tried to stop both of you before Donnie said that bullshit earlier.
Wow, Joe must truly be the mature one here when George is the one acting like a child right now.
Bruh.
Oh my God, are you guys gonna stop or not?
Yeah, whatever. I'm still right, though.
Don't even think about trying to get the last laugh. We'll pick up this conversation in private. There's no way I'm letting you walk off like you won. No fucking way.
Oh, sure, Obama, you don't want the world to see how much you suck.
Are
eh?
you sure you don't want to reveal how you are actually a fraud? A piece of shit?
Enough! Oh my God!
Okay, whoa, holy shit, Joe.
Yeah, that was impressive.
I'm shocked as well.
Christ, 9,000 years old and still kicking up those vocals?
Oh, don't go making jokes, Donnie. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, sure, but Christ, when was the last time I saw you angry, eh?
I get angry all the time, Donnie.
Oh, sure, when we fight, but that was a proper shout right there.
Yes, in this game and others, but what I meant was in the real world, Donnie. I've been angry in several instances.
Hard to believe, honestly.
Clearly you don't watch the news then.
Do you think I give a shit about what the fake media says, especially about you? Those morons only say the most wonderful things, and if they do say something bad, then it's mentioned so lightheartedly compared to me.
Do you ever think your actions and attitude toward the media are the reason they are so biased towards you?
That's rather unprofessional of them, if that were true, Joe. They aren't supposed to hold opinions based on fucking nonsense. They should be giving everyone else the same treatment. If someone fucks up, then they should announce they fucked up. Don't go make light of it like, oh, he did this, but it's just a little silly, it's not that big of a deal sort of thing.
It's true, Joe.
Every interview online Donnie has done usually resorts to some difficult questions, but then you strut around on your ice cream crave and get asked, what's that about?
Isn't it obvious? Joe is a complete pushover. Just shower him with questions that will obviously draw his attention, and you're immediately on his nice list, like a fucking dog. Who's a good boy, eh?
Fuck you, Donnie. Don't go starting more drama after I just tried to make you all stop. Do you ever give it a break?
You know me at all, Joe. There's never a time I'm not fighting with someone. I'm against the world at this point.
Don't you have one of the biggest followings?
Oh, of course, George. But when I say against the world, I meant the morons who think I'm the next coming of Hitler or something. I mean, I like laughing. But to bring the whole circus to my front door and shower me with delusional confetti is truly dedication.
Man, those were the times. Back when it was just you against Hillary. The world really thought you were the one who was going to lose.
Oh, yeah. I bet you all were hoping I lost to that old bitch.
And yet you lost to Joe, who is arguably the worst president America has ever had.
Yes, I win again.
Honestly, we are getting distracted, aren't we?
We are, which would make it the second time now. The first is when Joe won, but it's not like it's a bad thing. Uno is a pretty relaxing game, all things considered.
Really? What was that thing people say? You know, how it ruins friendships or something?
Oh no, that bit is true. The part about ruining friendships is because draw 4 cards are nasty, which is pretty much where that saying comes from, basically.
Ha! Then what do draw 5 cards do? Ruin lives?
Maybe, who knows? But it certainly ruins something. Well, Joe, it doesn't look like your wild card strategy is paying off anymore, eh?
Yeah, whatever, man. So you have ended up securing a few wins, but that's because you keep slapping me with draw services and stealing my cash.
That's the point, Joe. You remember you were there when we decided that, right?
Just as planned, I'll say. Normally, things don't work out perfectly in this deck since it's got so much going for it. But for once, the world is doing us a solid by allowing us to stop, Joe.
You guys are so proud that you can prevent me from winning using wild cards, huh? Amazing. For a game, that is.
Yeah, because when you play a game, you expect to fucking win at it. Why else would you play? Just to be a good little honorable loser? Not sure why I would think that, since I would be lying. Nothing you've done is even honorable.
You really go off on shit when it suits you. Gotta find that Donnie certified narrative, huh?
Oh, please. My life is breaking down narratives that other people fucking wish I was. But as it turns out, it's just a delusional fantasy by those who think the world gives a shit about them.
Whoa there, bud. You just did it again.
No, I'm not creating a narrative. Is that what you want me to say? Because I said it.
It's hypocrisy, Donnie. Complaining about others that paint an ugly picture of you and call it fact, but then you do literally the same thing. You can't fight that sort of battle using the same tactics as them because, as I said, you get painted as a hypocrite.
Ever heard of the saying, fighting fire with fire, Joe?
Who hasn't, George? But that's not what this is. I have shut down so many people who believe they walked away the crowning fucking champion, but ultimately they go home not realizing they are fucking
As much
nothing.
as I find what you just said funny, Donnie, we got to focus on George's hand. It's literally been a minute or two, and this sucker is about to win again.
Too late. I win again.
In the shortest time, too. Holy shit.
And with a wild card, too. Dude, George, what was any of that shit you said earlier to Joe? You're the damn hypocrite in this game, not me.
It's payback. That's what that was. I fed that shit straight without hesitation because it doesn't feel good, does it? But oh boy, did it feel good for me. You were right, Donnie, when you said I should try to win with wild cards back when we played the flip deck.
Well, you certainly flipped our expectations, George.
Har har, very
Fine,
funny.
I'll admit that I wasn't expecting that play from you of all people, George, but should we be worried about another person trying to win with wild cards? Because if so, then I'm going to betray my own words and go that route as well, because I won't allow such unfair play.
Nah, that was just a one-off circumstance. Perhaps I might do so again, but only if I'm given the chance to do so and not because I'm desperate like Joe is to win with wild cards. But besides, this is where Joe's plan for wild cards completely vanishes.
What?
The Phoenix's Quest deck, the final deck, the deck to rule all decks, literally, because this one features gods. There's a really annoying thing about this deck.
And what would that be, George? Because if it ruins Joe's plans, then it certainly must be something.
All right, I'll explain, but right after this short break,